day. I am Pridel Vilamigo. Today, I will answer the following questions in PROFED7. First, what is authentic performance assessment? Non-test assessment. Do you welcome non-test assessment? Based on your own understanding. For me, authentic assessment is where students thoughtfully apply their skills acquired to a new situation or environment. Assessment are authentic if they are realistic, require judgment and innovation, then assess students' ability to effectively use their knowledge or skills to complete a task. While non-test is an alternative assessment in the sense that it diverges from the paper and pen test. These are tests that do not force students to give the response but rather allow the students to manifest their required knowledge and skills from the subject. This is one of the authentic assessment methods that is able to zoom in the effectiveness and efficiency of the employed teaching methodologies, techniques, and styles. For me, non-test assessment are welcome. By assessing through alternative means, teachers can ensure the inability to perform on tests do not lead a misunderstanding of a student's abilities. Number 2. Give your understanding also regarding transversal assessment. Cite examples and explain it briefly. Transversal skills refers to a broad set of key skills known as critically important to success in school, further education, and the world of work. Some examples of transversal competencies are leadership, communication, problem solving, teamwork, creativity, competencies, and among of them. Specific or technically competencies which are applicable only in their environments which they are developed. State the 21st century skills based on P21 framework. These are the skills based on P21 framework. Learning and innovation skills. There are so-called the forces: the creative thinking, collaboration, communication, and critical thinking, and problem solving also. These skills were picked from their use in complex work environments. Many of these skills have a design thinking flavor to them. Information, media, and technology skills are the tools for students will learn to master both digital and non-digital media. Media is used as a creative tool but also an object to be evaluated for accuracy, effectiveness, and ethical consideration. Life and career skills are habits and mindsets of the students should develop when they learn from this framework. Some of these skills are internal, while others are based on the interaction with others. These skills are include accepting feedback, working in teams, and adapting well to change. Describe the features of authentic assessment and 21st century assessment. How will you ensure that the students are being assessed on the skills and demands of 21st century? The science of learning can be distilled into 9 points, all which are about how students learn 21st century skills and how pedagogy can address new learning needs. Many of these lessons, particularly transfer, metacognition, teamwork, technology, and creativity, are also 21st century skills in themselves. Use them as points of advice that the other education systems can apply. 1. Make it relevant to be effective. Any curriculum must be relevant to students' lives. Transmissions, Transmission and rote memorization of factual knowledge can make any subject matter seems irrelevant. Irrelevant leads to a lack of motivation, which in turns to leads to decreased learning. Number 2. Teach through the disciplines. Learning through disciplines entails learning not only knowledge of the discipline but also the skills associated with the production knowledge within the discipline. Through disciplinary curriculum, the instruction students should learn why the disciplines is important, how experts create new knowledge, and how they communicate about it. Simultaneously develop lower and higher order thinking skills. Lower order exercises are fairly common, existing circular, while higher order thinking activities are much less common. Higher level thinking tends to be difficult for students because it requires them not only to understand the relationship between different variables, lower order thinking, but also how to apply or transfer that understanding to a new uncharted context, or the higher order thinking. Number 4. encourage the transfer of learning. Students must apply the skills and knowledge they gain in one discipline to another. They must also apply what they learn in school to the areas of their lives. This application or transfer can be challenging for students and adults as well. Number 5. Teach students to learn how to learn. There is a limit, the skills, attitude, and the position that students can learn through formal schooling. Therefore, educating from the 21st century requires teaching them how to learn in their own. To do so, students need to be aware for how many learn. Authentic performance and tradition assessment are complementary. What does it mean? Tradition and authentic assessment focus on measuring different aspects of learning. Tradition tests students' understanding of subjects they may be learning at school, so methods will relate to common assessment methods used in that school, essays, MCQs, and like, whereas authentic assessment involve assessment within the real situation, the engagement of the student's experience. So yes, they can be complementary to each other. Tapos na yun.
Ano mo?